you guys having fun?
Good, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's hard not to.
It's our first Comic-Con. Killing it.
I lost my virginity. And you were there for it in front of 3,200 people. It was fun.
This is a really cool looking recorder. You win.
It's weird because it doesn't even record sound. It's actually
like I could transport somewhere with it, or kill someone.
It's a taser, dude.
So, your character has his origins in the comics, I'm right in saying, and yours is an original creation.
Yes, mine does.
So, what are the kind of the pros and cons of having that, that backstory to refer to, but then also you get to start fresh and create your own character entirely? So, what are the kind of pros and cons of that for each of you?
Yeah, I mean, the benefit for me was whenever I take on any role, I like to get as much concrete research as I can on that person or that character. So, yeah, I scooped up everything from the comics. Talked with Bryan Singer, talked with Matt Nix, our creator, tried to get any ideas they had on his history that they wanted to build into it. And it's pretty rich. I mean, there's some cool stuff with Thunderbird. It's an Apache background, tracker background. He's ex-Marine, and in our story, I think they're going to take that more towards Special Forces even. So that's obviously going to aid him in having a leadership role, and, planning and infiltrating buildings and having, doing attacks on the Sentinel service, things like that. So, yeah, that's what helped me. Sure.
There's pros and cons, as you said. So there's something quite enjoyable about the freedom that I have coming into the show that Eclipse doesn't have a mythology to stand by and adhere to. There's also a downside that I don't have a mythology to stand by or adhere to.
Yeah, right.
There's something really refreshing. I quite enjoy. I mean, we ad-lib the improv and we joke around quite a lot, and Eclipse, having spoken to Matt, has a really dense background. I feel like he's been around for a very long time anyway, because of Matt's, the way that Matt writes, the way that Matt curates characters. But there's something to be said about not having too much freedom and having some rigidity, some sort of form of structure there, and that's something that I don't entirely have, but that Matt is giving me through, and what you guys will see through the background flashbacks that you'll see of where we've come from, and quite a dense sort of history of who they are. So as much as I'd like to have a little bit more structure, I'd like to be coming in as the other three mutants do, with some knowledge of who this person was in this comics, and such a vault of knowledge that I could have tapped into that I can't, other than to get the gist of the guy. But that's the job, isn't it? So I also get the benefit of not having to be shackled by anything that I might not agree with. I get to bring what I want to Eclipse and bring Eclipse into this world with them.
And maybe now they'll flip it and Eclipse will turn up in the comics later on.
Yeah,
it couldn't work that way around.
That
right?
would be a very big compliment.
Yeah.
That would be a very big compliment. I've got to get them not fired first.
Sure.
So how exciting has it been for you guys just to watch the overall fandom, and also like how daunting is it to know that you're coming into this huge universe as well, that there's so many fans are so passionate about?
It's unreal. I mean, I think it's a huge advantage. We've all talked about it. We said, we don't even have a pilot out yet, and there's a built-in audience that feels massive. So that's a huge advantage. I mean, it's crazy to walk in and be a part of this franchise. And then yes, it's daunting because you don't want to let anybody down. And I don't think we are. I mean, we've seen a lot of footage. We know where a lot of the story is headed, and it's a branch of this franchise and this mutant mythology that I don't think the fans have ever experienced before. It's very fresh. It's going to be a new take and perspective on it that the fans are going to really enjoy.
It is. It's another unfortunate, middle of the road answer where it's a bit of both, isn't it? Because it is exciting. I mean, walking out on that panel yesterday was such a special moment for us, and well, for me anyway. I'm sure you were the same. Otherwise, you have no soul.
I was like 4,000 people interested in me.
Whatever. Yeah, it should have been 5.
Nothing.
Should have been 5. One for each bicep.
I see what you did.
But no, it is daunting because. Well, there's a certain safety in the fact that we're part of this universe. Is that I feel like a lot of people are going to come to watch the show on the basis of, did they mess my X-Men stuff up? And the desire is to not do that and to treat this beautiful thing with care and handle it and do it justice and honour it. But at the same time, we have our own lineage within this universe, and that allows us to provide a different view, one that's sort of a street level, Imaging One very smartly says, a street level view of who these X-Men are more ordinary people. They don't fly in the X-Jet, and they don't don these suits. And that can relate to a lot more people, and hopefully bring more people into it than just superhero fans, because they're mutants more than that, so more than anything else. So it's exciting more than anything else, and we're very lucky to be here. So it's like summer camp with toys.
So the other younger guys from this chair, and they were talking about how it wasn't set the first day, everything's so secretive and stuff like that. How did you experience that, getting into something that's super secretive?
You didn't know
What were they saying is secretive? Like actually being on set or during the audition process?
Well, they couldn't. They weren't allowed to read the script. They had to go into.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, well, that was before we got on set.
Yeah. You didn't audition for your character.
I didn't even know who I was reading for. Yeah, I mean, and I think it was released when I was auditioning. They had some code name character Sam, and that I think the media even got a hold of that, so they were looking up every time Sam popped up in a Marvel.
I'd love if there was a
this
Samantha, an X-Men called Samantha, and they're like, oh my god, he's playing like Lotus Flower or whatever.
So no, I didn't know, and the truth is, I didn't have to know. My agents called me and they said, hey, there's an X-Men style show that Fox is doing and Marvel's attached. I was like, okay, done. Like, let's go. And then as it got down to just me and a handful of other guys, they started to release the extra information. They let me know that it was Thunderbird, and I did see a little bit of the script, so that helped. But yeah, I mean, it's just common practice now. If you're going to do something in the Marvel world, you're not going to get any info until you're in the family.
It is the nature of the business, and also like if there's no hindrance in like if you're being on set and like don't take selfies, I'm fine with that being a rule. I don't mind that I'm not walking around.
But in his regular life,
you monster. But actually, yeah, there is very little information, obviously, and we do have to remain tight-lipped, but that's part of the job, isn't it? And what was quite difficult for me actually coming off another show that we thought was going again and didn't, it was a very quick turnaround with this project coming up, was that I didn't have, quite often as actors, we have our own intentions and we have our own narratives and ideas of where we want to go in project-wise, but you also really appreciate your team's opinions and what the people that care about you and that know this business think, and to not be able to show them or talk to them about anything was quite difficult because I'm very close to my reps and their family to me, and for me to have to make this quite big decision on my own was obviously a privilege to have. It's a champagne problem to have this be an issue, but to really understand and make sure that you're doing the right thing without anyone else's aid is something that the secrecy creates. But we're all in it together now. So there's 9 of us, so we can all talk about it at home at least, and then not tell you guys anything.
You were talking about Brian a little bit earlier, and so he's obviously a veteran of this franchise and knows so much about it. What was it like having him come on board to direct the pilot?
I said on the panel that he had a brain the size of a cow. And I rambled a little bit, and it went south quite fast.
And let's just keep bringing it up.
Yeah.
Well,
Now it's
following
like
me around now because my mum messaged me. She's in London. She went, "The brain of a cow." I watched some, by the way. I was like, "Thank you, Mum. That's great." I already had 4,000 people going, "You're an idiot." What did you think of it? It was great. Wasn't it?
No, he's fantastic. I mean, we all know he's one of the OGs of this whole thing. Like he brought it to life. So when we found out we were getting him, which was kind of a little miracle. I mean, he was supposed to go and do the Queen biopic, and he had a little window that popped up. So he was excited. He came on board, and when we got him that first time at the table read, you started to get a sense of his leadership and his grasp on this material.
Yeah,
and
which is exactly
and then I think that's our sure thing on this show is we have good people helping him, from producers to the creator, to have Brian attached from the beginning.
The directors we're pulling in from big cable shows, and we have 5 or 6 co-producers and the writing staff that have all created their own shows. So we've got talent through the rank, other than the acting.
Yeah,
we've got everything down pretty much. So
good people steering the ship.
Yeah, and then good editors to cut around us and just make mainly back ahead shots.
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you.